Well, the contenders are still standing. 10 teams, 3 wins from a title on this quarterfinals Friday. Welcome into Texas State Brazil Friday Night Hits. I'm Mark Whiteman. Thanks as always for joining us. Woodruff and BHP combined 23-1 this year. The Wolverines reaching the 3A third round for the first time since 2019, while the Bears are a win from a third straight upper state finals trip. Chase Justice went to Woodruff for our game of the week presented by Blue Ridge Electric.
Two of the finest 3A teams in the entire Palmetto State enter Varner Stadium. Only one will live to play another week. It's the 11-1 Woodruff Wolverines playing host to the undefeated Belton Honeypath Bears. BHP has glided through a majority of their season, but would be in a close game early. Woodruff up 3-0 with just seconds left in the first half until MJ Earl puts his head down and powers his way into the end zone. Bears take a 7-3 lead. That's your score at the break. Same score midway through the third. Noah Thomas dumps it off to Jaden Glenn on the screen pass, and Glenn has a whole lot of real estate in front of him. 53 yards to the promised land. Bears up 13-3. And the floodgates would open from this point forward. Fourth quarter, Bears back in the red area. MJ Earl untouched from 3 yards out. BHP pulling away, leading 20-3. Same score with less than 5 minutes remaining. Bears not scared to feed the hot hand. Guess who? Earl once again. His third score of the night puts BHP firmly in the driver's seat, 27-3. And 3 would be the magic number for this Bears team. Jakari Anderson comes away with the interception and takes it back to the house, marking his third straight season, getting a pick six in the third round of the 3A postseason as the Bears maul the Wolverines. Final score 34-3.
We talk to our kids all week long about our brand. Our brand is block down and kick out and be physical. Get them to the second half. Everybody talked about our schedule so soft. Everybody talked about we haven't played a game in the second half yet, and that's what kind of got us a little bit jacked up on Mountain Dew, ready to get out there and get it, baby.
And how about those BHP Bears advancing to the Upper State Championship for the third consecutive season? They'll face the winner of Powdersville and Mountain View Prep. Reporting in Woodruff, I'm Chase Justice, WYFF News 4 Sports.
Chase, thank you. Man, oh man, those Bears just keep rolling, don't they? Year one for Donnie Littlejohn at Gaffney, the program alum leading his alma mater to their 10th straight quarterfinals appearance in Rock Hill against reigning 5A D2 champ Northwestern. The Trojans 24-1 since the start of last year, averaging 48 points per game. It's Gaffney, though, striking first. Banks Boughton committed to Furman earlier this week, committed to finding the end zone here. Touchdown Gaffney. It's 7-0 early. Northwestern ball. Xavier Means nothing doing, so he scrambles to the corner store, tied it up at 7. Things getting out of hand in a hurry. Northwestern up 31-14 in the second. Gaffney's Kendarius Bailey. Peanut, no quitted him. Defying tackles, 30 yards to the paint, pulls Gaffney within 10. Gaffney trailed at 1 point, 45-21, but here they are within 8 in the fourth quarter on fourth down. And there goes Banks Boughton, 19 yards into the end zone. Gaffney within 2, and then Peanut Bailey plunges in for the 2-point conversion. Gaffney's come all the way back to tie it at 45, but Xavier Means punches it in from a yard out to retake the lead, and Gaffney turns it over. They fall to the defending champs 52-45. The Trojans are moving on. TL Hanna hasn't lost since week 0. The 10-1 Yellow Jackets at home against Indian Land. 2 wins from reaching the title game for the 4th time in school history. No score in the opening quarter. Gavin Megan to Brock Cole, 30 yards down the seam into the end zone. Hanna scores first. Second quarter, Indian Land, they get on the board. Matt Kusha connects with Hayden Morris. Hanna still leading 11-7, and Amari Nance down on the goal line punches it in from down in close. Around the corner and in. Yellow Jackets up 18-7. Second half, Kusha throwing it up to Kenneth Wilson. Somehow hangs on to that in the end zone. Puts Indian Land ahead 29-28 for their first lead of the game. Hanna answers with another methodical drive. That's Nance into the end zone. They retake the lead. But the Warriors trailing 41-37. They need to go the length of the field to win it. And Sequel Patterson tosses it down to Jamal Horton, breaking free for the go-ahead game-winning touchdown. Indian Land knocks out Hanna in a prize fight, 43-41. 2 football dynasties this century. Burns won 8 of 9 titles between 2002 and 2011, visiting Dutch Fork. Silver Foxes going for their 9th in the last 10 years. Low scoring first half. Silver Foxes in close. Jackson Knott tries to go up and over, but the ball is punched out. Burns recovers for the goal line stand. The Rebels will give it back on a fumble just a few plays later, and Dutch Fork's Kyle Henry scores from 8 yards out. The Silver Foxes led 7-0 at halftime. Still the same score. 2 minutes to go in the third. Dutch Fork driving, and Sheldon Shine cuts it up, caps it off with another Silver Foxers touchdown. Dutch Fork blanks Burns 21-0. They will host Dorman next week. We'll show you the highlights of Dorman's win coming up on the other side of the break. Halfway home on our final Texas State Brazil Friday night hits of the fall. 4A, 3A, 2A on the other side of the break, as well as the Dorman Cavaliers. But one last time, some of our favorite mic'd up moments from this year.
You got to jam the number one in. You got to get your hands on him.
What is it, 15?
No, that's 5.
5 fouls.
The guy got hurt.
So he still can't come back in after timeout.
No.
If he goes all the way across, get back out.
Play your game, okay? Have fun. That's what it's all about, right?
I want you to work underneath that number one receiver. Look for the wheel.
Hey, good job, dude.
What a turnaround for the Rams. Westside started the year 0-4. They have won 8 straight since. Second straight year meeting Camden in the quarterfinals. Rams rolled the Bulldogs last year. Sprint out of the gate here. Opening drive. Keelan Powell punches it in. Rams led 7-0. On the ensuing kickoff, they go surprise pop-up onsides, and they recover. So instant red zone possession almost immediately thereafter, and it's Powell patient, finding pay dirt. Rams up 14-0 before Camden even touches the ball. But the Bulldogs, they'd answer in the second quarter. Isaiah Smith, great run down the sideline, keeps his balance, goes out inside the 15-yard line, and Navier Boykin finishes in close to pull Camden within a score, 14-7. Late in the half, Rams on the goal line. Bear Woods keeps and cruises in, and Westside hangs on in double overtime to fend off Camden 24-21. They will play at South Point next week. Oh, there's still room at the table. We've saved a seat for you on our final Texas State Brazil Friday night hits of the year. Powdersville closing in on their second state championship appearance ever, hosting second-year program MVP. The Stars reached the 3A Upper State title game last year. The Patriots riding a 7-game win streak into the quarterfinals. First quarter, Pats down 7-3. Keegan Reed pump fakes, scrambles, buying time, and he chucks it down the field to Xavier Huggins in the end zone. Patriots go on top 10-7 after the Powdersville touchdown. MVP responds. Mac Anderson connects on the deep ball to Kadarius Ainsworth, who somehow stays in bounds, tight ropes down the sideline, keeps on going into the end zone. MVP goes back on top 14-10. But the Patriots starting to pour it on. Second quarter, Nasir Waldrop. And there goes that man, number 6. We see it, taking the handoff, finding his lane. He is gone for the score. Patriots led 24-14 at the half, and they'd add to that in the third quarter. It's Waldrop again, 43 yards to the paint. Patriots pull away for a 52-30 win.
Group's playing probably their best ball they have all year, and that's what you want. Beginning of the year, we were making some mistakes. We got better. I mean, we've only got 2 losses, but I think we've learned from those losses, and our kids are hungry for something right now.
For Powdersville, they will host BHP in the 3A Upper State Finals next Friday. That will be our only matchup next week of 2 area teams. Dorman making their first deep run since 2019. The last time the Cavaliers reached the state championship game, taking on Ridgeview. Dorman actually held off the board in the first quarter, but that was Jabez Thomas calling his own number into the end zone. Dorman goes on top 7-6 in the second quarter. Same score later in the quarter. Meek Slidell finds Camden Miller for the touchdown. Look at that play. Dorman leads 14-6. And they just kept on piling it on in this game. The Cavaliers really doing their thing here. Jabez Thomas handing it off to Taylor Sowell. Let's show you that highlight. There we go. There's Sowell punching it in for another Dorman touchdown. And the Cavaliers go on to get a 35-14 win over the Blazers.
That's huge. It's huge. We're practicing on Thanksgiving. That's always your goal, and we're there. So we got one more.
Practicing on Thanksgiving, Dorman on to next week's Upper State Finals. They will travel to Dutch Fork next Friday. Clinton captured their 9th title last year, their first since 2009, streaking into the 2A quarterfinals against Fairfield Central. This is a rematch of last year's 2A Upper State final, and Clinton won that game comfortably, but this was all about Fairfield Central. They were just hammering the Red Devils on this night. Caden Diggs fakes and rolls out, toss it to Dre Walker, who plays tip drill to himself, makes the catch for a touchdown. It's 6-0 Fairfield Central after the missed extra point. Still in the first quarter, it's Diggs dropping back and launching it again to Tyquarius Shannon in stride for another Griffins touchdown. They go up 13-0, and they beat the Red Devils handily to end Clinton's hopes of a repeat. 42-7, the final for Fairfield Central. I'll show you a few scores from the lower states. South Florence beating North Augusta 49-14. Gray Collegiate over Hilton Head 31-28. Oceanside Collegiate 42-0. Loris over Newberry 51-21. Thanks as always for joining us. We'll see you next week for the Upper State Finals.